Cool. I think it's November 22nd. When was Thanksgiving? It was after Thanksgiving. It's my calendar.
Yes, no?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Caribbean Edge. My name is Cheryl Ann Marshall.
I am Teshanne Phillip.
And I'm Dawn Wilson. Welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. This evening we have a very special guest. Her name is Teshanne Phillip, and she is the president and founder of the I Am Hope Foundation. To say that we are honored to have her here is an understatement. It's an understatement. When I read your bio, I was amazed at everything that you are doing and everything that you feel that you're called to do. So I can't wait to hear your story. I cannot wait to hear your journey. I cannot wait to hear everything that has brought you to this point in your life.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It has been an experience, put it that way. Has been an experience, and I'm just so honored and humbled because this was not the path that I chose for myself, or I would have chosen for myself. So it's obvious that I was destined for this path. So I'm grateful.
When did you realize that you were destined for this path?
I would say about 6 years ago. And it's just so ironic how life happens, because I think that sometimes in order for us to walk in our purpose, we have to experience something. And that was a terrible breakup.
Wow.
My heart was shattered. I felt like my life came to an end. But little did I know that was the beginning for me. I realized that I was holding on to that man for so hard with everything within me, and God had to rip him away from me in order to shift me so that I can start walking in my purpose. So I'm honored, I'm humbled because my life changed drastically when I walked away from that situation and start walking in the path that I was aligned to walk in.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm glad that you shared that with us because so many of us go through heartbreak and relationships, and we think within our hearts that's the person we're going to be with forever.
Yes.
And then when it happens, you don't realize that that's what's supposed to happen, like you said, to clear the path for you to discover what your true journey is.
Exactly.
So absolutely amazing.
That's the name of my last book. It had to happen.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So she's also an author?
Yes, I have 5 books.
Oh, amazing.
God has blessed me with, when I tell you that my life changed drastically, I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
I'm an author of 5 books. I am working on my doctorate. I started a nonprofit organization called the I Am Hope Foundation. I travel the world restoring hope. I host empowerment seminars. I feed the children wherever is needed, and I'm also a minister. I just got ordained 2 weeks ago. So
wow. And a mom.
And I am a mom of a 14-year-old, which keeps me very, very, very busy.
Who dances?
She dances. Yes, my daughter dances at Daniel Dance Center. She's been dancing competitively for about 9 years now.
Okay.
So definitely keeps me busy.
She must be extremely proud, even though I think our children, don't get discouraged, I see the look, but I think our children appreciate and love us, even though we don't always see it. And as they get older, I think we appreciate our parents even more. I hope so.
I hope so because she definitely is my everything.
Yes.
She is my all. I strive to be a better me every day because of her. I work hard because of her. So I want her to have someone positive that she can look up to rather than influences from friends at school or people on television. So it's all about her. I don't take being a mom, lightly or for granted at all. There's so many people out there who are unable to have children, and she's my one. So I get so excited.
That's how I feel about my children. I feel like there are so many people out there that can't be mothers, that can't have children, and here I am with two, and I feel blessed. I feel
I'm honored.
Thoroughly
Listen,
blessed.
It's not an easy road.
No.
But I would not trade it for anything. Like, I learn so much about myself daily. Yeah, and I see so much of myself through her, and I'm excited. I don't take that assignment lightly at all. So,
does she know that you have a school in Africa?
You know what?
Does she even recognize the magnitude of it?
I don't think she realizes.
Right, I don't think so either.
Listen, so many people listen to me, or they seek my advice. They're like, oh my goodness, I want to hear what people pay to hear me speak.
Right.
And she thinks that I know nothing.
Right,
because you're a mom.
Because I'm mom.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at her like, girl,
you don't know.
Exactly. This is me. Get it together. But I don't think she realized the full extent.
Right.
Like, she travels with me whenever I host empowerment seminars throughout the U.S. and in the Caribbean. She does travel with me because, she is my entertainment. I pay a lot of money for her to dance, so she entertains my audience.
Right.
But I've never had the opportunity to take her all the way over to Africa. I'm not sure that she is mentally ready for that experience, you know? Yeah. And she has such a big heart that I think that it would be hard for her to detach.
Yes.
It's hard for me as an adult to detach. Like, I want to pack up all of my kids from Africa and bring them home with me. Yeah. I don't think that she's ready. And also, because I'm mom first, I want to make sure that whenever I'm on assignment, it's about the assignment and it's about the kids there rather than me being mom and it's all about her. So she's not ready for the magnitude of that assignment.
I don't think so either. At 14, that's still very young. Even though they think they know everything at that age, they're still very young.
And we know nothing.
Yes.
And we know nothing. So. But she's a great kid. She's a great kid.
Tell us how you started. How did you start the I Am Hope
Foundation? Ironically, I Am Hope has only been in existence for 2 years.
Wow.
2 years. So, do I continue? Yeah, 2 years fully incorporated, or for 2 years as an organization. However, I was already doing the work. I've always done the work. I think I started off hosting empowerment seminars. Like, it was important to me. Like, after I wrote my first book, I started speaking more about the books, and I started empowering women and teen. I actually started mentoring at a foster home here in South Florida, and that's how my passion and love for people just intensified. And started hosting empowerment seminars. I did a lot of empowerment seminars in the Virgin Islands. I grew up in the Virgin Islands, but I was born in Nevis in the West Indies. So did a lot of conferences there, and it just expanded. And then one year, we did a mission to Nevis, where we did an empowerment seminars, and I have a chef on my team, and he just prepared meals for everyone, over 200 meals for the people of Nevis. And when we got back, that was such a huge success. And when we got back, I posted on Facebook. Like, Facebook is a dynamic tool, you guys.
Absolutely.
Amazing. And I
I
do almost everything on Facebook.
Right.
And I posted on Facebook, I said, where should we go next?
Right.
And someone posted Africa. And I said, I would love to. I would love to go to Africa. And someone from Africa reached out. And when she told me the story, she said there are various girls in many schools over there, that they miss school when they're on their menstrual because they did not have sanitary napkins. Yes, and oftentimes they're using rags and leaves, and she sent me a video of the girls And I knew that I had to do something. I knew I had to do
because that's something that you know you can handle.
Exactly.
Something as simple as that.
Yeah.
But something we take for granted.
Exactly.
Right?
Oftentimes, I think that because we're privileged, you know, we have the little, you know, the little things as we would consider.
Yes.
I think that because we're privileged and we just think that it's out of our scope or out of our reach to be able to help someone else in need. And it was not that it was nothing for us, but it just needed someone to say yes.
Yeah.
And that lady who extended the invitation, she was so elated. She said, "Are you serious? You're going to come?" I said yes.
Wow.
And then I reached out to my conference team and I said, "Hey, we got an invitation for Africa. Do you want to go to Africa?" No. It had to be God, because there's no way you've never been to Africa. You're going to say, "Hey, Teshanne, I need you to follow me to Africa." And I took a team of 10 people to Africa. And social media was our biggest resource, because when I posted, "Hey, this is what's going on with the young ladies," so many people mailed sanitary napkins. So many people. And then in addition to, I was in the process of preparing for that first trip to Africa, found out that the children, they're dying because they do not have closed toe shoes. So the worms from the ground would go up into their feet and the kids would die. That just broke my heart, because I remember, you know, living in Nevis. I moved from Nevis when I was 8 years old, running up and down the streets without shoes. Could you imagine me not living past 8 years old because I didn't have shoes? So I said, "You know what, team, I know the initial plan was to only provide sanitary napkins, but we have to get some shoes for these babies." My goodness, the outpour of shoes. A shoe store donated so many shoes. There was like, if there is something wrong where the shoelace is broken or nipped, they cannot sell the shoes, and they donated so many shoes. There were 10 of us who traveled to Africa, and we had 20 suitcases filled with items for these kids. We had sanitary napkins, we had shoes. We visited 3 schools, and we were able to provide all of the children with shoes, closed-toe shoes, really nice tennis shoes, and it warmed my heart. There was this
Wow. So I think we should take a moment to thank everyone that got involved for this trip, that took the time to donate, between the individual people and the people that have stores. And then also for people that do this on a daily basis, because we're featuring Teshanne tonight, but there's so many good Samaritans in the world giving back, and people that are helping to support this. And that's why it's so critical and so important, and we're so honored to have you to extend it to people through Facebook and through YouTube about, you know, the needs of the rest of the world, because we all live in our own bubble, right? We have our families, our kids, but just to hear it from someone that's in the ground, doing the groundwork, rolling up their sleeves, you and your team and all the volunteers that chose to go, kudos to you guys for making a difference in people's lives all the way across the world.
Thank you, really appreciate it.
So tell us as well, what can people do that are listening tonight and hearing the great work that you and other people are doing to reach to some of our children in the future? Tell us how we can help. I know you do have your website.
I do have our website. It's the IamHopeFoundation.org. Can always email just to inquire. It's IamHopeFoundation@outlook.com. We also have a social media page. We're on Facebook. Just do a search, I Am Hope Foundation. We are definitely just trying to spread the word, put it out there. We not only assist internationally, but we assist here at home as well. Wherever there's a need, it's our hope or desire to be able to fill the gap or to be able to assist where needed. You will be surprised how many people right here at home as well who need our assistance. So if you are in South Florida and you have non-perishables, clothes, shoes, anything that you want to donate, I can come and get it. My
Yeah.
garage is the I Am Hope Foundation storage. So whenever there is a need, a family, actually there was a home in Coral Springs that got burnt down, unfortunately, about 3 months ago. And we were able to provide clothes and shoes to everyone in the family. And the father broke down and he said, I didn't know how I was going to go to work because I didn't have anything. And just so that we were able to provide him with clothes, you know, so that he can fulfill his duties as a man. That was so rewarding.
Yes.
And I think it's important. You're a 501c3, correct? So that's important. So if you do make the donation, you can also use it as a tax write-off.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
Wonderful. I mean, you said to us before we came live here that you were heading to Nevis first, and then heading to Africa.
Yes.
What are you planning to do in Nevis, and then what are you planning to do in Africa?
Well, as I mentioned, I was born in Nevis. I always like to give back to, you know, wherever
Your home is
my
where
home
the heart is.
exactly. So I'm excited about Nevis. I am hosting a revival. I'm always excited about what God is doing. So we're hosting a revival there, 3 nights revival, and then I am hosting a women's empowerment seminar. It's called A Night of Hope. I am more excited about that Night of Hope because I get to celebrate and honor some women, and I'm going to be able to bless some people within the community who either have been going through a hard time, where I can just love on them, restore their hope, give them gifts, shower them, just with whatever, whatever is needed for them, for their hope to be restored. I'm also going to be honoring a woman there for giving her my Woman of the Year award and an Outstanding Teen Award. Just to say,
nice.
hey, you know what, we recognize what you have been doing in the community, and, you know, we celebrate with you.
We see you.
Yes, we see you, exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what, sometimes it's so needed. You know,
Yes.
it's needed. So
It's
I just
for
wanna
encouragement, just so they want to go on and they realize that what they're doing is making a difference.
Yes, exactly.
And they just want to continue to do more and more and more.
Because all it takes is one.
Yeah.
All it takes is one.
Yeah.
And then I'm excited because I am going to bless the children of the village where I was born with backpacks and school supplies, just to ease the burden off of the family.
Yeah.
You know,
So that's a current program you're doing, so people can currently contribute to that.
Oh, absolutely.
Before you go.
Before I leave. I leave for Nevis on April 11th.
Okay, so
people can send you backpacks. Is this what people
backpack
can?
school
supplies.
and school supplies? Yes, that's for Nevis.
Okay.
Now I'm leaving for Africa on the 23rd, and I try to go visit Africa once or twice a year because I do have a school there. So when I initially visited 2 years ago with my team, I adopted a school. There were 3 schools that we visited, and I chose this one school. I didn't even know that I was going to adopt a school, to be honest. I'm here thinking, I just give them sanitary napkins and some shoes, you know. That was not a part of the plan.
Right.
But it was ordained. It was ordained because, listen, I love those kids. The principal gave me a bottle of water. He was like, here you go. And I was like, no, I don't need the water. It's okay. Let's give it to the kids. So I gave my water to one of the little boys, and he called over like 5 of his friends, and they shared that one bottle of water. And I said, okay, this is my school. I said, this is my school. So I've been raising funds. You would think that I attend school there, but we've done so many work at the school itself. The school was made out of mud, like that hard clay, so it was pretty much dirt. And if we're gonna provide them with closed-toe shoes, we have to fix the problem inside the school itself. So raise enough funds to pave all of the floors. So instead of it having dirt, now they have paved floors. Then the classrooms, we recently raised enough money to plaster all of the walls in the classrooms. So now they have plastered walls. I was able to build a kitchen for them. So now when we receive sponsorship for the children, and this is very important. I know we don't have much time.
The sponsorship.
Okay. The sponsorship is important.
I saw that on your Facebook page.
Yes,
let's talk about that.
I'm so passionate about this because people are always saying, well, how can I help?
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
maybe there's nothing that I can do because it's too big.
Mm-hmm.
But it costs $95. Let me talk to you.
Yes.
It costs $95 to feed one of my babies, just one of them, 2 meals per day, 5 days for the week, 5 days per week for the entire year. $95 feeds one child, 2 meals per day, 5 days per week for the entire year under my food and nutrition program.
That's phenomenal.
It is amazing.
And on your actual website, I saw where you did post pictures. It was either Facebook or the website, pictures of the school, what it looked like.
Yes.
And before. So you're definitely doing your thing. You're
definitely doing.
making
We're
change.
not just saying and collecting your money and you don't see any results. I am very transparent.
Yeah.
Very, very transparent.
People like transparency. People like transparency. They do.
So you are also recognized locally. I know you don't like to talk about it, but the first time we saw this beautiful, amazing woman was at the People Profile Award, where you were recognized for your community service.
Yes.
And we were so impressed. We said, we have to get you on the show. And Andrea Hall, who is a friend of ours, said, "Oh, I see Dawn's head turning already." As you were
She doesn't know you.
She's like, "I see Dawn. Dawn's taking notes, so she's ready to get you out here." So you were also recognized by the Lauderhill Chamber of Commerce for the Women of Distinction Award. So even though you're so humble and you're just doing what God has created you to do and what your vision is, your mission to make a difference and an impact, I'm glad that you're being recognized for your hard work as well. Because a lot of people don't get the recognition, and you are doing amazing work and keep doing that as well.
I think it only serves as encouragement to keep going. I think all of that recognition serves as encouragement.
And I am so honored.
Yeah.
I'm so honored, and I'm so appreciative of the recognition. But this is my calling. This is my duty. It was gonna happen. It was gonna happen anyways. I was gonna keep moving forward. I was gonna continue with my mission. I was gonna continue loving on people, recognition or not, because this is a lifestyle. This is what I do.
It has become your lifestyle.
Yeah.
November 24th, you have a day now
November
assigned to you. I heard November 24th is the
I Am Hope Foundation Day. Blown away.
Wow. So am I.
Yeah, I'm blown away that.
But it's because you are doing amazing selfless work.
Yeah.
And I saw a comment from Camilla asking
let's
as
see the
well
comments.
for asking for the information. So thank you, Camilla, and
thank you.
Chinlu for tuning in.
Thank you so much. Thank you. From the
And we're getting hearts from
Barbara.
Chinlu.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
So we can't close without seeing if anyone has any questions for
Stuart
Teshanne.
Marshall.
Yes, this is the time for the question.
Ted.
You have to turn it.
Camellia.
Yeah. So tell us what's next. What's next for you? I know you have your 2 trips coming up, but where do you see your foundation in 5 years? Is there anything you want to tell the viewers that have tuned in tonight and will keep tuning in over the next couple weeks and months, how they can help? What touches your heart? Just like that little young boy that shared that 1 bottle of water that you denied because you knew they needed it more than you did. Shared it with 5 kids. So those stories are so heartfelt.
Yes.
What can we do to help the I Am Hope Foundation?
And I appreciate you asking that. Thank you so much. There's always a need. There's because we cover such a large area. Like we cover the world pretty much. Yeah, we cover the world. So wherever our mission is, wherever there's a need, like our mission is to restore hope around the world. So there's always a need. Like right now, I do have some backpacks that's coming in, but I'm going to use them for Nevis. And then I have more that I need for Africa. I want to be able to bless the children in Africa, not just the children. Actually, let me backtrack just a little bit. I am all about providing a hot meal. I know what it's like to go to sleep hungry, and it breaks my heart that my babies have to go to sleep hungry. So we have a chef on the team, and he travels with us. I'm excited that the chef will be able to.
Nice.
Yes, the chef is gonna every year we travel there, the chef always provide them with a hot meal. So I want to be able to bless the students with shoes, clothes,
nutrition.
Yeah, exactly. But I also want to take care of the parents as well. The families, they are just all so supportive and welcoming. And on my last visit, one of the mothers said to me, she said, hope is not a word that we hear of often over here. She said, but because you have returned and we've seen the improvements in the school, she said, I know there's a God.
Yeah.
So for me, that's so heartfelt. So I want to be able to bless them as well, so that they can know what, there is hope. There's people that genuinely cares and about you and love you. And it might, just by us being there, might give them a reason to want to do better, or because my school is in the slums.
Yeah.
The slums where they literally have nothing, and they pray for their next meal, or I just want to be able to alleviate or just reduce some of the burden on the home altogether. But there's always a need. We need non-perishable items. Actually, one of the goal is to paint the school. Now that we've plastered the inside of the classrooms, I want to be able to paint all of the classrooms, and I think that budget it's about $425 US to paint the inside of all of the classrooms. Then I've already collected over 2,000 books. I want to be able to get a storage container and create a library from that storage container for the kids. On our first visit, when the principal said, these are our friends from America, the kids said, Trump, Trump, Trump. Donald Trump cannot be the only reference that they have to America. So they need to be able,
hopefully they'll shout, I am hope.
Yes,
of
course, exactly. Of course,
yes.
I can see that.
Yes.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But there's a great need. And it's not just about Africa. We're actually planning a mission trip to Israel later in this year. So there's a lot in store for I Am Hope. And wherever God says go, wherever there's a need, we go. Oftentimes I'm like, God, you sure that's what you want me to do? Because I don't know how. But it's not for me to know how, because He always provides. Yes, always provides.
So if you're listening tonight and you have a question, please post it. We'll be checking the comments. You can visit the I Am Hope Foundation and send a message directly to Teshanne there, so her team can get back to you. But if you know someone, a company or professionals or everyday people that can help with any kind of donation, please share this episode, and let's try to get you some more resources.
Thank you, especially feeding the kids. I have 175 students in the school, and not all of them have sponsors. More than half of them do not have sponsors. And oftentimes the meal that they eat at the school, that's the only meal that they have. That's the only meal that they eat.
So we'll share that sponsorship as well. So get involved, make a difference, because you definitely are.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm trying.
Thank you so much for coming on here.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And
Thank
for
you.
spreading the word.
You ladies are amazing.
And for letting everyone know what they can do to help.
Yes.
You are amazing. You are amazing.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
And thank you, our amazing viewers, for tuning in to another episode of the Caribbean Edge. Remember to definitely share this episode so that we can continue to make a difference in people's lives, especially our children.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Teshanne.
Thank you.
We appreciate
Thank you for having me. Thank
Ciao
you.
for now, guys. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.